Hey guys, and welcome to a new video on the Ants Underground Empire game. This is your guy Treetrop, and today's video is a little special video as it's a request from one of my dear friends Daisy from the VIP Alliance server 553. So this video is specifically dedicated towards the Guardian Ant and how you can improve your cocoon mediums and hatch more ants in a single shot. As we all know that hatching ants give you more power. So with that in mind, people always keep asking questions how to hatch more ants. So the answer is really simple. You go to evolution fungi and you increase your hatch capacity, or you go to station and you station certain special ants that help you hatch more in a single instance. But before that, apart from everything else, the basic thing is either you upgrade your shooter ant guardian ant nest, shooter ant nest, and carrier ant nest, and or I'm not just saying ant people, I'm saying and or you upgrade your cocoon mediums. Now I'm at level 19, so you might be wondering why there are so many cocoon mediums. I'm at level 19 and I have evolved certain evolutions. That's why I have so many number of cocoon mediums. So the basic thing that you need to know here is cocoon mediums help you in hatching. Either it is the hatch capacity or it is with the hatching speed, etc. It helps you. Let's look at a level 13 cocoon medium. The details here show that the hatch speed is plus 2% and hatch capacity is 160. Now, basically, let's say you have 100 guardian ants to hatch, and what this one individual cocoon medium, if let's forget all the other cocoon mediums exist, and there is only one cocoon medium level 13. The buffs of this cocoon medium are that it will increase the hatch speed by 2%, basically telling you that the time required to train a batch of guardian ants or any ants will take 2% less time of whatever the time is allocated. If it is 100 seconds, it will take 98 seconds. So that is what it says. And if the hatch capacity is 100, this cocoon medium will basically add 160 more space to the hatch capacity. Hatch cap basically means hatch capacity. Now, without any further ado, let's get into what these guardian ants are. As you can see, I'm already training guardian ants and I am taking 9 hours to train. It is taking me a whopping 9 hours to train T7 or T6 guardian ants whose nest is at level 16. Let's see which ant we're training. We're training guardian ant level T6. So every ant has a tier. Every rank has a tier. So tier 1 to tier 10. Looking at tier 1, you can see that these are tier 1 ants. When you start the game, you will initially have about 100 to 220 guardian ants that you will be provided. Yes, they will eventually die because you will not have a feeding pool, but it's all a part of the tutorial. You can keep training more. One of the least used guardian ants is T2 and T3. T3 is still far more used than T2. T2 is basically very less used because people progress from the queen levels faster. So I have hardly seen anybody using T2 ants, but as you progress through the game, you will come across various levels of guardian ants. Now my maximum till date I have reached is T7. So on the way to unlock T8, but that's for another video. I will majorly explain what are the features of guardian ants. Guardian ants basically are the ants that you put in the front line, the vanguard. Let's say you're in a war and you have a front line. You need two things major from the front line: defense, offense. So if you're not good at offense, what you want a very powerful defense. So what these guardian ants basically are, they are the defense of the front line. The offense is the shooter ants and the other things, but we'll come to that later, and right now we'll discuss only guardian ants. Guardian ant T1 has a defense power of about 11 units. So if somebody is attacking you, let's say if there is an opponent who's attacking you whose attack power is 10, so this guardian ant's defense is 11, it will cancel out most of it. Right, so this is the defense. Now as you progress through the game, you will upgrade these. Now every individual ant has a different requirement to hatch itself. Let's say it consumes certain resources. Now T1 consumes 14 meat per ant, T2 consumes 35 meat and wet soil. So what you need to understand here is, once you reach T2, there will be more than one resource that gets consumed. For example, I'll show you right here. You see that 336,000 meat and 81,000 wet soil is being consumed for this guardian ant to hatch 3,270 units. If I have to hatch only one unit, it is 112.25. But I don't want to hatch only one unit. Why would I waste my time and energy? I would just hatch the maximum possible. And as you can see, I have a good amount of wet soil available, so I will directly go ahead and hatch it. This is how the entire guardian ant defense works. Now I'm not explaining the mutation part in this video, because mutation I will take up in a separate video, as I do not want to confuse you with longer duration videos. So this is it for today's video. If you have any doubts, please put it up in the chat below, and after this I'll also be sharing you one image that has the details of all the ants from tier 1 to tier 2, specifically for the guardian ants. When I do the shooter ants and the career ant videos, I will happily explain to you how they work. So guys, as you can see the table that is there on the screen right now, the guardian ant and its stats have been mentioned clearly. So when you open the game, you will start with tier 1, wherein inside the anthill you will attack a small orb weaver. So after that, the ants will immediately die, the guardian ants will immediately die, and once you get the feeding hill, you will have to create more ants. As we progress, as I said, T2 is the most least used guardian ant, and as the game progresses, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, you get up to a certain point, that is T5, wherein which the fast progress stops and you start getting into slower progresses. For example, it is not difficult to progress from T1 to T5 in under 1 week. You can easily do that in under 1 week. And if you are a very experienced player, you can do that in under 2 days or 3 days at max. So what I mean, in my opinion, when I say league gap after that is, you will beep your pants if you try to attack a T6 or a T7 with a T5 ant. That is what I mean. And same thing with T8 and T9. If you try to use a T7 to attack a T8 or a T9, forget a T9. If you attack a T8 with T7, you will beep your pants. And T10 is so legendary that throughout the history of the game, only 2 players have successfully managed to hatch T10. Yes people, you heard it right, it is that difficult to obtain T10. So make sure to take a screenshot of this image if you haven't, and if you find it useful, please do drop it in the comments and let me know. Thank you.